that's just, it's got to be the thumbnail, hasn't it? Look at that. That is absolutely stunning. I don't think I've seen MX bikes look that good before. And I'm pretty sure it's all to do with the lighting. If I turn reshade off, but it still looks pretty damn good. Oh my god. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well today. And welcome to Canyon Rush. This is a track that was released over the... Was it the weekend? No, it was released in the last day or two, created by Itchy. And very, very annoyingly, I could have had early access to this, but I was 5,000 kilometers away from home in Qatar watching MotoGP. So, we're revisiting it now that I am back. I've seen a lot of positive things about this. I've tried to stay away from it as much as possible, like stay away from screenshots, etc. But look at this. This is very, very impressive. Like, the masking and the texture work that he's done here is so insane. And I'm guessing that this whole massive, I guess, canyon rock formation is like one massive model that he's put into Blender. I have no idea, but like, to show how expansive it is, if I go to like the very, very top height limit of the world, this is as high as we can go, and some of the rocks are even higher than that, which is just absolutely insane. So I'm hoping that this track rides as well as it looks. If it does, I'm in for a very, very special treat today. Now, I've gone back to my trusty steed. I've got no idea where the bike's parked. Is it over here anywhere? Oh, she's down there. I see her. We're back on the Suzuki today. We're going to let her rip, try the updated outdoor suspension, even though I doubt it would be much use around here. I don't think there's much in the way of braking bumps. I think it's just nice and smooth and flowy all around. I'm excited. Let's see how this goes. For all of you passionate gamers, you can now get 20% off all G Fuel products worldwide by using code LINS at checkout. And for any of you motorheads looking for some new drip or apparel, use code MXPR_LINS15 fxrracing.eu to get 15% off. All links and codes are in the description down below. Enjoy the video and drop a cheeky little like and subscribe. Okay. Now, we do have some music going on in the pits here. It will 100% be muted because I do not even want to run the risk of getting copyright striked, but it's good vibes. It's just like, just generic beach vibes, nice and chill. Bob your head a little bit, let's ride around, and we need to address the elephant in the room. Although there's probably elephants around this track as well. I am running Supermoto gear and a Supermoto, well, not a Supermoto helmet, because Supermoto riders still use like motocross helmets for the most part. Road helmet, don't ask why. I just haven't changed my character from the Supermoto video that I made. You know, I've only just really coming back on the game after being away. So let's see how this goes. Now, what I have done, even though I've tried to not look at like gameplay or pictures too much, I have read the reviews of this, and the only negative that I have seen anybody say so far is that the noises get a little bit annoying / repetitive. And this is something that I actually want to address overall, and I'd be interested in other people's thoughts and opinions on this, and I feel like it's like going to be just a simple yes answer from everybody. I believe Proboso needs to make a slider for like environmental sounds, because we've got like sounds within the pits. We can adjust the volume of other riders' bikes, we can adjust the wind noise and like brake volume. We don't have environment sounds. Oh, look at this. This is chef's kiss. Itchy, you've done a very good job here. Like, visually this is absolutely stunning. We don't have a slider for like environment sounds, which is incredibly annoying, because I don't know if anybody was in my Indonesia live stream that I ended up rage quitting, but one thing that was really getting on my nerves there is for the GPs, they've got like a commentator audio sound that loops every 40 or so seconds, and it's just really annoying to listen to the whole time. Now, I download high quality versions of tracks because, you know, my PC is capable of it. It gives you guys the best experience, hopefully, to watch and enjoy as well, and that's just kind of how I go about it. However, if I wanted to remove that commentator sound, I would have to download the low-quality version of the track, which I don't want to do. I don't want to sacrifice the rest of the track just for a few sounds. So, first of all, JV and Hell Machine, please give me a high-quality version without the commentator going over and over. I would love you so much, and I would appreciate it. You have no idea to the extent I would appreciate that. I'm pretty sure it drives me insane when it just... Because the thing is, it's not... You can't understand what they're saying. It's just generic, like, chatter. I'm pretty sure it's horse racing that they've taken it from. It's just constant 40 seconds of non-stop talking. And then after about 40 seconds, the two words that you can make out what they say is the words sugar booger. So I'm riding around, trying to do my own thing, trying to concentrate, maybe I'm qualifying, and sugar booger, and it's just that it does my head in. It really does. So, first of all, JV and Hell Machine, please could we have a high-quality track version without the commentator sound? Secondly, Mr. Paboso, please can we have a slider to adjust things like that? Because it seems like the same thing applies here. So as we ride around, we can hear waterfalls, we can hear like animals making whatever sounds they make in the jungle, and obviously got the music in the pits as well. And whilst that's really, really cool for a certain amount of time, my god, I can imagine would it get on your nerves after spending half an hour or so plus on a track. So Mr. Paboso, please give us a slider for environment sounds. Or bear in mind, I've never added sounds to a track before. I've got no idea what section they would come under, but whatever section that is, please let us adjust it. I would be very, very grateful. It seems like that is the one and only negative thing I've seen about this track. It looks absolutely incredible, with and without shaders. I told them off at the start, you saw me do that, and it still looked very, very pretty. The atmosphere itself is absolutely nuts, and what I'm quite struck by is, so far at least, the track rides as nicely as the actual environment looks as well. It's very nice, very flowy. It's not too difficult, it's not too easy. There's a nice little balance in here, and I'm a bit of since I've been trying to do more and more stuff with tracks recently and trying to improve with each one I make, I'm starting to notice little things a lot more, and the texturing on this is nuts. I have no idea how long this must have taken him to do. I feel really, really bad because I haven't read through the MXP shop post at all. If anyone hasn't downloaded this yet, you'll be happy to know that this was done on... What's the... Hang on, it's what? I just want to check my mic wasn't muted. It's done on like a pay what you can basis. So it is a free track, however the option to spend money on it is there if you feel like it is deserving, which I like. So for the people that always like hate on these tracks and like hate paid tracks overall, it gives you the option to do like either or, so best of both worlds, I would say. So if you think that this is worth spending money on, then you can do. If you don't have that, you know, if you're like on the younger side, or maybe you just don't have the money for it in the first place, then you can download it for free should you want to. And I like it. I think it's good to have. Is it like a gratuity basis? Maybe I feel that's like tips for, you know, waiters and waitresses. I don't know the correct term, but it's good. I like when track creators do this, and you could very easily slap, you know, like a $2 plus price tag on this and just be done with it. But I think it's one of them. I'm not sure how many tracks is made, but I don't think there's been too many. Maybe he's just trying to get his name out there a little bit more and kind of show off his work more than anything else. And I wanted to say just now, I'm not sure if I went off the track on my first lap. I'll find out in a bit whenever I next cross the finish line. But my first lap didn't count. So we'll see if that's a time gate issue or see if that's a me issue. It's more likely than not going to be a me issue, let's be honest. But we'll keep riding, we'll keep flowing round, and it's little things like the puddle that I went over just then. He could have just slapped a puddle in there and that was it. But what he's also done is around the puddle where it merges into the ground, he's added an additional texture to make the ground just look wetter in that certain area, and it's a lot of work that's gone into this. And I think if people haven't tried making a track before, you probably don't know or don't understand. I also can't imagine how long it took to place all these different bits of foliage and the tyres dotted around, and like, there's even a bunch of trees you don't see at the very, very top of the map. I know Blender does let you scatter things like automatically, but you still have to go through and delete any that you don't like or move some around to make stuff look a little bit more natural as well. And it's very, very, very impressive stuff. I'm so disappointed that I was away as well. I feel like this happens very, very often now, where it's almost becoming a meme on the channel at this point, where as soon as I go away, we have some really, really cool stuff being released, whether it's tracks or obviously we had the snowcross, we had the sleds being released as well. I have a feeling, as I'm riding around on this, I think this is standard soil rather than soft soil, because the back end is slipping a little bit on me. I personally don't mind that. Some other people may have a little bit of a moan. We see got some elephants dotted around here as well. What are these? Let's see what these elephant models looking like. Oh, he's out of it. What's this man been smoking? Fair enough. They got collisions? No, they don't. Lovely stuff. Love to see that. And then, oh god, I'm going to get a little bit closer to the edge here. I don't want to fall off. Go up and over. We've got a little waterfall here. Like, it looks so cool. I'm sorry. That over there, that way. It's so pretty. Oh my goodness. I'm genuinely impressed. Like, really, really impressed. Like, there's a certain point where tracks end up being like more works of art than anything else, but I'm glad that this track also rides as well as it plays. So the scenery is just really, really cool. we've had a few, I guess, like canyony vibe tracks before, or a few jungle themed tracks, but unfortunately, to previous track creators, this isn't like meant to dookie on your work at all. I think this one might be the best one so far. It really has knocked it out of the park, and I feel like you run out of words at some point to describe how good things look. And I'm well aware that YouTube videos probably don't do it too much justice. You know, once the bitrate gets its hands on it as I'm riding around the track as well, it probably makes it look absolutely awful. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm enjoying it. I really, really am. I wanted to. Is there much? Nah, I was about to say if you could see any rubbish in the background. I ordered it's called a walking pad. It's basically a small treadmill without the bit that you'd hold onto in front of you, so it's just on the floor only. Basically, I'm doing anything in my power to not leave the house and still get my exercise in. It only goes up to, I think, like 5 kilometers an hour, but having tested it today, 3.5 seems to be like my standard walking pace. And all it is I just want to get some more steps in. You know, try and lose a little bit of timber. As I went away to Qatar, I realised that, hey, I've put on a good amount of weight here, and none of the shorts I would usually wear fit me anymore. So I had to wear like the oldest shorts ever, and you'll see on Instagram, everybody kind of picked up. I was rocking the full-on dad vibe, you know, like the long shorts, like they had there's like a plaid pattern on them. Not pretty by any means, but hey, they're the only thing that fit me. And one other thing that was annoying is both the weekend that I went to watch the Arena Cross on the Saturday and then went to Hawkstone on the Sunday, all day at Hawkstone on Sunday, my feet were in absolute bits. Like the very, very bottom of my feet, they were absolutely killing. And I've got well-fitting shoes, so it's nothing to do with shoes at all. It is just purely based on the fact that I sit here in this chair for many, many hours each and every day, and I'm just not used to putting all of that chunk onto the feet for long periods of time. And exactly the same thing happened in Qatar. Day 1, absolutely fine, walking around no problem. Day 2, the dogs were a bit tender. They were raking a little bit. So that's what I want to try and improve upon. Is just moving about more. That's all it is. No massive diet changes. Not going back to the gym and lifting loads. I did see if I could get an appointment to try and get my shoulder sorted out. But, you know, the lovely NHS in the UK, free healthcare is great until you realise that it takes you 3 weeks to get seen. So we don't have anything until like the start of April time for me. So still waiting on that, and then probably also looking at getting the old receding hairline sorted at some point soon. Now that I've got no up and coming big event, so lots of good stuff happening. We moved in the right direction, very positive vibes, and I don't know what it is. It's probably the fact that I've left the house and got some sun on the skin. I can't lie, but I've been in a very, very good mood the last 2 days or so. I feel like I've been getting a bit moody recently, and it was nice just to take a break, get away from things, leave the country. Go get some sun on the old head, and yeah, it's put me in a good mood. So I clearly need to do it a little bit more often. So thank you everybody for all the love and support on videos and live streams recently. I do appreciate it, and I hope you will be stopping by on Friday. You're seeing this Thursday morning, so yes, you'll probably tomorrow, whenever you see this, stop by, watch your boy do some Supercross, and we're going to be rocking the Dookie as always. I'm back into her. I'm enjoying her again. And we'll see if we can get a decent result after missing Birmingham. Kinda sucks for championship implications. I haven't actually checked where I am standing wise now. I was P3 before I had to miss last round. I was 11 points down. Tyler J ended up winning it, so now I'm going to be 36 points down, which is not ideal. And then I believe some of the people behind me also had a good round, so I'm probably outside the top 3 now, which kind of sucks, but I am kind of reminding myself more and more that it's a video game at the end of the day. And whilst that video game has given me a job for the time being, which I really do appreciate, I also need to remember to not take it too seriously, because it is just a bit of fun at the end of the day. And that's what we get into our games for, is to have some fun rather than sitting there raging all the time. I need to take a leaf out of my own book and just try and enjoy it more. And I think there's a fine balance right now between me putting in a bit more time to get better, so I'm a bit more competitive, but then also not letting it consume me too much to where my expectations for myself go through the roof, and then I get disappointed with how I perform. So there's a very fine line there between good and bad. But what is good? This track. Lap time's about 3 minutes long. I'm having 1 or 2 laps not counting here and there, but I generally think that time gates might just be a bit strict in some areas, because I've been going fairly wide, but not to the extent where I'm just fully missing the track. So the lap that did count was a 2:55. I mean, the lap that I'm on right now is only within a second, which for a 3-minute lap It's actually really, really close, which is quite shocking, but it flows really nicely, visually stunning, of course, and I would highly recommend you boys go and check this out. And again, the gratuity system where you kind of pay what you want is a big old W. It means you'll probably see this track in quite a few public lobbies as well, which is nice. And what is also cool is it seems to be very well optimized. Like, there's a lot going on here. Like, it's huge. I imagine that the like textures are quite high detailed, as well as the masks are probably like 4K, 8K, something along those lines. And then with all of the models, like trees, tires, fences, massive, massive rock formation, it handles really well. I mean, I'm on, oh yeah, Control F. I'm sat at about 100, what's that, 170, 180, 190. It's kind of flickering all over the place. It's hitting 200 in some places as well. Really good stuff. So Itchy, hats off to you, buddy. I'm sorry that I couldn't get this going a little bit earlier than I did, but I'm glad that I'm doing it now, and I would recommend everybody go and do the same. So if you have enjoyed this video, please do give it a cheeky little like and comment down below your thoughts on the track as well. I'm sure Itchy would love to see everyone's feedback too, and just keep doing what you're doing. And if you enjoyed this video, do leave a like, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Have a lovely rest of the day, whatever you guys are up to. I'll catch you next time. Peace.
I'm working hard, I'm sacrificing my life, I'm sacrificing my mind, I'm sacrificing my sanity, but most importantly, I'm sacrificing my time. Boy, I feel fine, I feel like I am a king. Honestly, I can't complain, even with faith that's the size of a grain of some salt, I will still move a mountain and do what I want. I got